What is the coolest website you've visited that no one knows about? Case.me/trust/. It's an interactive website that showcases what makes the prisoner's dilemma cool. Presidentialham.com. My high school substitute's son is an artist who painted each US president holding a ham. I have no idea why, but I go there sometimes for a laugh. Not sure if it's still maintained, but Little Sis was an involuntary Facebook for the elite. You click a politician, donor, celeb, and it shows you who are they connected to and the strength of the connection. You can get an easy picture of what donors, think tanks, and politicians are really beholden to. Edit, apparently it's thriving since I last saw it. Ever puzzled by a random pardon, an idiotic switch in foreign policy, or who a cabinet member is? Try it out. littleziz.org. Nation States, online nation simulator. The core of the game is pretty simple. Answer multiple choice issues that appear once every 6 hours. Depending on what you pick, the stats of your nation, everything from cheese exports to citizen rudeness, will change. The fun really starts on the forums, IMO. Look, this post is old. It's outdated. It's honestly shit. I do not know why I keep getting awards. So listen here, fuckers. I no longer condone playemulator.com. Instead, go to https://www.retroarch.com and download the installer. I'm going to teach you how to play all the games you would have played on Play Emulator much better on something that doesn't reek. Do not worry about computer specs. My shitty Surface Pro 5 can run it. It's fine. Install RetroArch, then open it up and click Load Cores. It should be the first option you see. Select Download a core, then choose a core for the system you want. Wanna play Pokemon? Grab a GBA core. Mega Man? Get an NES core. Final Fantasy VII? We'll come back to that one. Install the core and you're ready to play a game. But first, you'll need a game. I don't believe I'm allowed to link to it directly, but check out a website called Vim's Lair if you want to acquire some illegal ROMs the safe way. Download the game files and move them to a cozy safe folder. Don't forget to unzip them. Some of them, mainly PlayStation games, will require 7-zip to open. You should really have 7-zip anyway, so install it if you don't. When your ROMs are all nice and snug, open up RetroArch and scroll down on the left sidebar until you find an option labeled Import Content. Select Import from Directory and select your snug little ROM folder as the directory. Any folders inside that folder will be scanned if they also have game files in them, so keep that in mind. Now, if you did that right, you should see your games organized by console underneath the Import Content option. Now, you can play them. Wonder of wonders. Hook up a controller or map the buttons to keys on your computer if you hate fun. You can also map hotkeys to speed up or pause the game. Woo! If you want to play PS1 games, you'll need BIOS, that's basically the PlayStation's soul. I'll cover that in just a second. Oh, and if you want to emulate DS games, don't use Melons or Xneum instead. The full versions, not the cores on RetroArch. RetroArch has a fit when you emulate a touchscreen, and is generally slower when playing DS games. Since you motherfuckers insist on continually giving me rewards, I'll tell you how to emulate PS1 games on RetroArch. You'll need a core. I like DuckStation myself. To make it work, you'll need PS1 BIOS. You can find downloads pretty easily online, but not all of them are safe. If you ever download a .exe file from a site claiming to offer downloads of ROMs or BIOSes, delete it quick. Once you've got the PS1 BIOSes you need, they should be multiple files. You need to find your RetroArch folder. It'll be in the folder you installed it to. I installed to my desktop, but if you installed it like a normal person, it'll be in your program files folders, which you can get to from this PC. Don't touch the system folder, you'll break things. When you found the RetroArch folder, open it up and go to the folder called System. This is different from the System folder I told you not to touch. Don't get them mixed up or you'll really break things. Put the BIOS files into the System folder, the one inside the RetroArch folder. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. RetroArch automatically takes the BIOS from that folder when you launch DuckStation. Add your PS1 games the way you would any other game, then launch them. I really recommend a controller to play PS1 games. Under no circumstances are you to attempt to play N64 games on RetroArch. You should use Project 64. It's as simple as can be. Just download it and open a game and you are playing it. The complicated stuff is the plugins and configuration to make certain games work. 2 more of you fuckers gave me awards just now. F*** you. Here's how to emulate PS2 games. PCSX2 is the only emulator you'll want for this. I recommend the portable version since it makes it easier to find the folders where you might want to put things, like BIOS for instance. You still need to give this thing a piece of a real PS2 soul, don't forget. Legally speaking, you're meant to steal it from your own PS2, but you won't have trouble finding it online. When you first launch it, it should ask you to select a BIOS. When you see that window, look inside the PCSX2 folder. You should see a BIOS folder has been created. Put your BIOS in there and select it in the window. Most downloads will include multiple BIOSes. This is good. This will allow you to play games from other regions. Just select the most updated US BIOS in the window for now. There's a lot of tweaking and fiddling you can do with PCSX2 to make it run games on potatoes or use the power of super ultra mega gaming PCs to run these 20-year-old games in 4K. But as it is now, you should be able to play PS2 games on it, believe it or not. 3 years. It has been 3 years. How do people keep finding this post? Fuck you. If you want to play modified ROMs such as hacks or translations in RetroArch, you need to click on Import Content, click Manual Scan. Click Content Directory to find the folder containing your altered ROM. Click System Name and choose the console it's for. Click File Extensions and choose the type of file your game is. Usually it'll be an abbreviated name of the console, GBA, SFC, MD, etc. If it's a disk-based console like the PS1, you'll want to use the CUE file extension. When you've sorted that out, click StarScan. Now go f*** yourselves. I have nothing more to teach you, my children. So stop giving me awards. The tutorial is over. Below this point is the old comment, which is what actually got me most of those awards in the first place. PlayEmulator.com has almost every game from NES era to NDS era. Most of the Pokemon games, the good Sonic games, several N64 classics, and countless hidden gems. Edit, it is also browser-based, so no download edit too. Yes, it saves and loads, saves great. It's been a year, please stop giving me awards. I still get awards for on this comment. It has been 2 years. Please stop. I don't even recommend this website anymore. RetroArch is so much better, stop this. Someone just gave me another wholesome award. I'm serious, stop. Please. This isn't even a good site for emulators. This was 2 years ago. I've moved on. You should all move on. How are people even finding this post anymore? Radio.Garden. Listen to radio stations from any country on the planet. K-pop from Seoul? J-pop from Tokyo? Want to marvel at the fact that everyone and their dog has a radio station in the Netherlands and Belgium? If you can wade through all the English language stations in basically every country, language learners can find tons of stations to help their listening skills in their language of choice. Living in a different country from your home but want to listen to the radio from home? Hop on and see if the station has been added. ClassicReload.com. This website has over 6,000 plus old DOS/Windows and console games preserved for future generations. The website is free to use and 2-way games can be played directly through the browser. I personally used the site to relive Warcraft 2 and had a blast. Edit, for those who can't get Warcraft 2 to work, try playdosgames.com/online/warcraft-2-tides-darkness instead. This person does not exist.com shows you a computer-generated image of a person every time you refresh. Sometimes there are some weird artifacts in the images, but often they look very real. Radio.com and Radio.Garden. With radio you can listen to music from all over the world and from any time since the 1900s, and with Radio.Garden you can tune in any radio from any place live. As a programmer, regex101.com is incredible. Regex is one of those things that look like sorcery when you don't understand it. Great learning and explanation tool. ZLibrary, you can download almost any ebook ever for free. Edit, thank you so much for the awards. Edit 2, just to clarify, I did not mean for this to anger anyone. I just wanted to share this for the benefit of people that could not afford to pay for several books and anyone who wanted to read a book before buying the physical copy. Please do not leave any hurtful comments, thanks. Smiley face. On another note, I didn't expect this comment to gain so much attention so fast. It's still my first week on Reddit. Thank you guys so much. Windows93.net, it offers such fun things, and most of them are miscellaneous. The troll box is a chat box with randoms. I'm there almost every second, or every day. It has that 90s aesthetic to it that makes me wish I could have been around then to experience the technologies of that time. I hope you enjoy this site. Best similar you watched a movie that you loved? With this website you can input a film and it'll give you similar ones. Edit. Apart from that, you can also get movies that fall into one same category. My 90s TV. This is a fun, novelty website where you can easily lose yourself for hours with nostalgia. Basically, it uses YouTube videos to simulate watching TV in 90s and allows you to specify the year you want, along with what categories you want to see when you change channels. There is also a My 80s TV and a My 70s TV. Edit. For those of you that think it doesn't work on mobile because of what it says, it totally does. Just make sure to turn the TV on with either power button.